back. The time is 4:17, and you're listening to Countdown UCI on KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I am joined by Dean Matkin, who has been patiently waiting this time by amusing himself looking through the huge collection of CDs in the studio. Find anything interesting?
I haven't found one name I recognize.
Yeah,
Lewis Black I recognize.
Mm-hmm. The station is known for underground music, which essentially means very much that it's people you're not going to recognize. So, what do you do at UCI, and what is your role?
My role is to be in charge of University Extension, Summer Session, and the Distance Learning Center here on the campus.
Mm-hmm.
My title is Dean of those three things.
Mm-hmm.
And so generally we're dealing with continuing education, people outside the university, and then of course undergraduates inside the university with Summer Session.
Mm-hmm. What's the biggest one of those three?
University Extension and Summer Session are about the same, although there's different metrics. Summer Session serves over half of the UCI student body every summer. That is, over half of the student body, undergraduate student body, take a course on campus, at least one course on campus every summer. So that's the traditional campus courses. And then about the same size in terms of budget is continuing education,
Mm-hmm.
where we serve the Orange County community and also international communities with education that goes beyond the degree.
Mm-hmm. Actually, my roommate right now is a Russian international student, and he's taking a business certificate program of international business, and he's enjoying it a lot. How long have you been in charge of these three?
Here at UCI, I've been here 11 years,
Mm-hmm.
but before that I spent 27 years on the UC Berkeley campus in Extension.
Mm-hmm. Did you run Extension at UC Berkeley?
I left there as Associate Dean, so I
Mm-hmm.
I ran the academic program. But your Russian friend is a case in point. Every year we serve about 4,000 international students who come to our campus and take courses like the one your roommate is taking. That is what we call an accelerated certificate program. It's designed to help people who have already graduated from their own country, their university in their own country, to come here and polish off their education with more business education that's sort of geared to the U.S.,
Mm-hmm.
or perhaps even engineering courses and telecommunication systems and so forth. So we serve both the local community and also a worldwide community.
Did you say 4,000 just international students?
Just international students
in UCI Extension?
With UCI Extension, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a very large group, and I'm sure all of your classmates have run into them on our campus. They're all over the place.
I would not have guessed that it's that much. I've heard a lot of things about international students from my Russian friend, because he's told me that a lot of students from Saudi Arabia and a lot of international students come to UCI Extension because it is actually globally recognized, some of these programs, and they can take these certificates and actually have them be a recognized thing around the globe, which really blew my mind.
Yeah, it's a story. I've traveled in Europe this summer, and I traveled with a UCI T-shirt on, and people would come and say, "Hey, I know UCI," and so it was really interesting that in many places, because of Extension, that's how UCI gets known.
That's incredible. How many students are there total? How many students does Extension serve in a given year?
We serve about 35,000 per year, just
35,000.
Yes.
Wow.
That includes our international students, but it also includes, on the other end of the spectrum, the members of our Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, which is a learning co-op of about 700 people who get together every year and decide what they want to learn, get their own classrooms, get their own teachers, and they're interested in extending their education beyond their retirement years.
Wow, this is all phenomenal. I think I didn't realize the scope of this program, and especially of Extension. 35,000 students. That's more than we have undergraduates.
Yes, but it's not the same exact thing, because I'm talking about 35,000 people who enroll in at least one class.
Right.
It wouldn't be 45 units,
no, of course.
But the point that you're allowing me to make a great point, which is that once you graduate from UCI, we're still there. We're there to help you further yourself in your career, in your special interests, photography. You've mentioned wine appreciation, appraisal studies. to further your professional career, get into a new career, and finally, if you're still interested in education after all that, to go into the UCI Lifelong Learning Institute and continue your education into your retirement.
Mm-hmm. So let's back up a little bit. How long has Extension been around? Because, well, actually, I know the answer, but I wanted to hear it from you.
The first course with the name UCI on it, UC Irvine on it, was produced in about 1961 at Garden Grove High School,
Mm-hmm.
when the Clark Kerr, then the president of the university, asked UCLA Extension to begin putting continuing education courses on in the Orange County as a sort of an advanced guard of the campus that was going to be built here.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm guessing it's expanded a lot. When did the kind of exotic courses like wine connoisseurship come around into Extension? Is it recent?
Well, it's hard to get people to define maybe exotic for what some people would say but is exotic, some people say is normal. So, for instance, at Berkeley, we sometimes had professors that say, "Why is Berkeley offering a course in wine tasting?" And then, of course, that was the course that most of the professors wanted complimentary enrollments in. So, people are people. People have an education. What's happening in our country, I think, is that education and life are blurring. We're now taking education on the subway, in our mobile phones. We can do our education any time of the day, and we can entertain ourselves anytime. Everything is merging, and so we're sort of going along with that trend and trying to serve the whole person.
Interesting. So, something I was curious about is UCI Extension on campus as a facility is quite small. Are the classes all around campus in other buildings? Do you somehow fit? Do you somehow fit 35,000 people every year in those 10, 15 classrooms over at Mesa Courts or Middle Earth side of campus?
No, because most of our students are working adults in the community, they come to us at night, and so we use the classroom facilities here in the evening on assignment from the university, and we do have classrooms around our area there, but we also have classrooms in the humanities building and so forth.
Is there any kind of admission process to getting into any of these classes?
Generally, no. We are open enrollment, and that's part of our tradition. University of California obviously is an academically top-notch, maybe even elite institution, but at our heart, we're a land grant and a public university, and so we're really interested in serving the public, and the public isn't served if they have to go through all kinds of forms to get into one of our classes.
So, something else I wanted to talk about was the money side of UCI Extension, because this is one of the programs that doesn't, say, routinely offer monetary scholarships, etc., and which I think is great in terms of getting money into UCI. I know you've mentioned that Extension is self-supporting. Does it also feed back into feed money back into the university?
In times like these, where the university is really hurting for money, the answer is definitely yes. We're producing a small surplus every year that's going back into the campus. But our main role is not as a revenue generator, and that's not our role now. It's always been service to the community. If we can build very positive relationships with people in our community, that's an investment that will pay off to us. If we can serve your classmates when they graduate from here with courses that are relevant to their lives and help them advance themselves or improve themselves, that's what we want the university to be seen as doing. And we get all kinds of benefits from that. Political support, certainly donations, other things that in goodwill that come to us naturally as a result of what we're doing.
How easy is it for UCI students to take these classes, and is there any sort of discount for UCI students? I know I had a friend who is a undergraduate student, and he saw some certificate program that he thought could really lighten up his resume, and I remember him telling me that he called, and this seemed like a strange question to the people who they had to confirm with a superior.
Right. What's interesting about that is that most of our courses, although they are credit courses, they're approved by the Academic Senate, they carry unit credit and so forth, you get a grade on a university extension transcript. They are not degree credit. So unless you have special permission from your faculty or from your dean, you cannot apply extension courses toward your degree.
Of course.
So that sort of pushes people out. But we have been trying recently to get some of our degree programs to articulate with the degrees, or at least to form a clear pathway from, say, a biological sciences major into clinical trials management or into medical product development or something like that. So, because most of our certificate programs are really postgraduate programs. They're not undergraduate programs at all.
Of course.
The one your roommate is taking in business and management may have a couple courses in the undergraduate, might be at an undergraduate level, but most of these are graduate level courses.
What's currently the most popular program in UCI Extension?
Well, one of the most popular programs for years has been project management. We have a certificate in project management. Almost any professional field needs some form of project management, whether it's construction or software engineering or business or whatever. And so that's been really a tremendous stable product for us. Also, all those products that have certifications like paralegal, personal financial planning, project management again, those sorts of things that you take a test and you get certified. We also have one in appraisal studies in the fine and decorative arts. With that certificate in your hand, you can go and get a license to become an appraiser of oils or rugs or something like that. So we're serving as that middle gap between a bachelor's degree and a graduate degree. And sometimes 40% of the people that take our courses already have a graduate degree. They come back to change their direction a little bit or brush up their knowledge.
My last question, and quickly running out of time, but recently I think it's becoming more and more common to be suspect of advertisements for any kind of university programs due to your DeVry's and your University of Phoenix's. How is UCI Extension different? And if you had one thing that you'd like all the people out on the 405 and the 5 freeway currently waiting in traffic to know about Extension, what would that be?
Well, the main thing is that UC Irvine is our banner. If we don't uphold the quality of UCI and the University of California, then we're not in business. So that is basically our standard. The standard is set for us by the faculty of this university, and the professionals that work in our organization understand that very clearly.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot.